Go.
All right, we're gonna do a pre-trip video on a school bus. So as you approach the bus, you're already starting your circle check inspection. So we're gonna look at the back, make sure the bus isn't leaking. There's no puddles under the bus. The bus is gonna be sitting in the last position it was left in. This is the best time to check for fluid leaks. So there's no suspicious devices, no broken glass, no new damage to the bus at all. Again, the tires are good. There's no leaks underneath the bus. We're going to proceed to the battery door. We're going to open the door by pushing to the back of the bus. We're going to open the door, battery bay. We're going to check that the terminals have no corrosion, that the tray pins are in place and that the tray is secure, and you don't have any sulfur smell. You're going to make sure that the battery door stays closed. We're going to unlatch the hood all the way open. And we're still assessing the condition on the bus. Any leaks, any new damage. We're going to look underneath the bus for any engine area leaks. We have none. And we're going to continue to the right side of the bus, fully unlatching the hood. Now, before we do anything else, we want to check our CVIP inspection sticker, taking note of the last three numbers to match with the paperwork inside. So this one's 552. It expires on the last day of the month of October. So that's Halloween night at midnight, November 1st at 12:01 a.m. and it is expired. All right, so that's good to go. Now, next thing we're going to do, we're going to open the hood and do the under the hood check. However, we don't know if the brakes are on, so we're going to put our brake chocks on. Come with me. Let's put brake chocks on. In some buses, they have a compartment here by the back tire, so you're going to find chocks there. If not, they're in the driver's area of the school bus. We're going to chalk the non-steering tire, because if you chalk the front tire, if the bus moves, it can push the chocks out of the way. Now we're going to proceed to the front of the bus and open the hood. You're going to brace yourself, grab the hood with two hands, pull, and bring the hood down gently. We're going to come around to the left side of the bus. We're going to start from the top down. So we're checking that our windshield has no cracks or chips. Our windshield wipers are not frozen to the windshield, and that the fluid nozzles are not blocked by ice and the fluid hose is attached. Coming down, we're going to check our yellow pod, which is our brake fluid. If it says DOT, it's brake fluid. Making sure our caps are secure. Our transmission stick, we're going to check for the cap to make sure it's secure. Our engine filler cap is that black cap on the red engine. We can't touch it because I can't reach it, so we're going to make sure what we see is that it's secure. All the hoses are connected along with the electrical. All the hoses and electrical look attached and secure. Our engine, that's the red thing, is clean and free of grease or oil. Our fan blade spins freely and it doesn't have any cracks, no broken blades. Our fan belt has no frays or cracks and it is visible. Very important that it's there. Okay, next we're going to check our engine oil. So everybody in their vest should have a paper towel. We're going to pull the dipstick out, give it a wipe, and we're looking for the fluid to be in the hash marks. Usually buses are over full, that is okay. You just don't want it under full. You're going to guide the dipstick in with both hands, leave it in for a couple seconds, pull it out, and check the level. We can see that it is full, which is perfect. Most buses have black engine oil, don't worry. We're going to guide it back in with both hands and make sure it is secure and locked in place. Next, we're going to check our steering arm. We're going to look up the bus, make sure the steering wheel is moving and the knuckles are moving together. We're going to come down to the power steering fluid. If you don't know what the fluid is, check the label on the cap. It's going to be between 1/4 and 3/4. That is completely normal. So our fluid level for that and our brake fluid are above half. We're going to check the frame of the bus. It has no cracks or loose nuts. Nuts are indicated as loose by having silver shavings around them. Our shock is not leaking. We have one cotter pin in its castle nut, second cotter pin in its castle nut, and on the tie rod is the third. Some buses have them in different places. Our hood attachments are secure. This bus has hydraulics. Most buses have wires, but they are attached. Our leaf spring, this beautiful thing here, has this Amazon smile. There's no cracks. The U-bolts are holding it to the axle. All of our metal bits have no cracks. It's very important. Our brake line coming to the tire is secure and it's not leaking. There's no wetness on the inside of the rim. The inner sidewall has no bulges, abrasions, or cracks. And that is everything for this side of the bus. Now we're going to carry on to the opposite side. And wear your PPE, wear gloves. All right, same thing, top down. The windshield looks to be in good repair. There's no cracks, no chips. Windshield wiper is attached. Nozzle secure. Hose is attached. Coolant cap is secure. The coolant is a bit over full. You want it just about 1/4 inch below the fill line, which is this big ridge. Our washer fluid is above half. Our air filter is secure. Our belt has less than 1.5 centimeters of tension, and it has no frays or cracks. You're going to see horizontal cracks on this side of the belt if you do have a broken belt. The fan blade spins freely and it's not scuffing or hard to turn. Frame, same thing, no cracks, no loose nuts. Hoses and electrical are all attached, all secure. Nothing looks like it's leaking, loose, or not there at all. Our brake line is attached and not leaking on the inside of the wheel. We have 1 cotter pin on the tie rod on the inside. Our U-bolts are holding our leaf spring with its Amazon smile. We shop at Amazon, guys. And it's attached to the axle itself. The shock is not leaking, and the frame has no cracks or loose nuts. I believe I said that already. And that is everything under the hood. Smile for the public. You're going to guide your hood down gently. The hydraulic drops itself very nicely. And we're going to relatch the hood. Make sure you put your hand on the end and do not use the fat part of your hand to pinch, because it really hurts. And we're going to come around the other side and latch this bit up. Down, down. All right, we're going to come in the bus and put our garbage away. We're going to turn around and latch the door once we close the door. Once my beautiful camera lady comes in. Here we go. We're going to close the door and latch the door with moderate difficulty. That's normal. We're going to come and sit in the seat. We're going to push the brake to listen to the hydraulic pressure in the brake line. We're going to hold it for about 5 seconds. The brake line does not go any further. The brake pedal, sorry. And the gauges light up. We're going to turn the key to run. We're going to wait for the wait to start light, glow plug light. In this model of bus, it looks like an engine light to turn off, which means the glow plug is warmed up, and start the bus. All right, so now we're going to check the gauges. We're going to check that our oil pressure is below 50. Our water temp is about 100. Our bus is idling at 1200. The battery's at 12.6. The odometer's at 28,000. We have a parking brake light on, but no ABS service brake or generator warning lights. Those would be in this area. The fuel tank is about 3/4. DEF is at 3/4. We don't want to see DEF full. All right, now we're going to turn on our lights. So we use A, B, C, D, H, H, S. So we're going to turn on our master switch and then our amber light switch once we close the door. Okay, so sometimes if your door isn't fully closed, your reds will come on. When that happens, we are going to push the amber light again once we close the door, and you'll look over in your crossover mirrors and see your amber lights come on. Next, we've got our brake lights. So we're going to grab our brake stick, beautiful 19-inch stick, and you're going to put it on your lap. Next, we're going to turn on our clearance lights. This will turn on your clearance lights and your low beams. Our D is for dome, so we're going to turn on our 2 dome lights. And H is hazards, and we're going to look out the front of the bus and make sure 2 hazard lights are blinking, which they are. The other H is for headlights. I can see that both low beams are on. If it's too bright, you're going to have to check them when you walk around the bus. S stands for strobe, so the strobe is usually on the bottom row, switches. I'm going to make sure our window is open, and before I stand up, I'm going to move my seat back. I'll Put my brake stick against the brake pedal and listen for a hiss. That's how you know your brakes are on. All right, as we turn around, we're gonna look to make sure that the roof has no defects. So the nuts, the screws at the top are not hanging down to fall in someone's eyes. The windows are up and secure. Now we're gonna check the seat backs. We're gonna push against them, make sure they're secure. We're going to check the roof hatch, make sure it's secure, not leaking. We're gonna open every emergency exit, make sure it alarms, squeals, and seals. Open, yells, closes. Same thing for all the emergency exits. Some buses have 4, some have 6. Opens, alarms, closes.
I'm using this bus tomorrow. It's Melinda's bus.
All the way back. And our roof hatch, when we get to it, it's secure, not leaking. Our window opens, alarms, and closes. And opens, alarms, and closes. Want to make sure it can open for a 5-year-old. If it's winter, you're going to use your elbow and hit right here on the window. Give it a little nudge and it'll pop open. Seat backs, seat backs, seat backs. We're going to take our empty sign and we're going to put it up here so we don't lose it. Now we're going to open the door and check our lighting system. We're looking for our 2 amber lights to be on, our 2 hazard lights to be on, and 4 brake lights to be on. Hold on to a seat. So the emergency exit opens, alarms, and closes. I have 2 amber lights, 2 hazards, 4 brake lights. All right, so we're gonna check the floor on the way up. We're gonna lift our seats, make sure they don't come up more than 2 inches. And we're gonna check our radiators for any coolant leaks and any tripping hazards, which we have none. Now we're gonna come back to our front seat. Now we're going to take our brake stick off because all 4 brake lights work. Our hazards work front and back, so we're turning off our hazards and turning our left signal on. Our amber lights work front and back, so we're opening our door to check our red part of our light system. Now we're going to go outside the bus and check the exterior. On the way down the stairs, I'm checking the stairwells for securement. Looking before I land to make sure there's no tripping hazards. And I'm coming outside the bus. I'm gonna make sure that my step lights and my overhead door lights are working. And inside the bus, all 7 dome lights were working as well. We wanna make sure we tell our evaluators and anyone that all of our lights are working. Our door seal is intact and the rubber appears to be good. The stairs have no tripping hazards. Take 1 step to the right. We're gonna check that all our brackets are attached. Our DEF cap, if you have one on your bus, has a cap and it's secure. Our step is secure. We're going to make sure every tire has a mud flap. On our tires, we're checking for even wear and adequate tread depth. So you want more than a 1/4 inch of depth. Our sidewall as we come down has no bulges, abrasions, or cracks, no copper wires sticking out. Our rim has no cracks or excessive rust. Our valve cap has a cap, our valve stem has a cap. Our lug nuts and hub nuts have no silvering and all the indicators are going in the same direction. Our grease cap is not leaking. You don't want a leak out to here. In here is normal sweating. We're going to check our brackets going around the bus. Our crosser is extended. We're going to stand at the front of the bus and we're going to see that our antenna's on. We have 3 clearance lights, 2 alternating red lights. Our school bus signage is there. Our windshield has no defects. Hood is in great condition and latched. Our low beams are on. My left signal is on. My grill and my radiator are not obstructed. And under the bus, we don't have any running leaks. And we're going to check our tire pressure. A good 2 whacks. Do not hit the sidewalk. And your bracket is secure. Deep and hollow tire pressure. Even wear, adequate tread depth. Sidewall has no bulges, abrasions, or cracks. Rim has no cracks or excessive rust. Valve stem has a cap. If you're not sure if it has a cap, give it a twist. If it twists, it's a cap. Lug nuts and hub nuts have no silvering. The flags are all going in the same direction. The grease cap is not leaking. The mud flap is attached at the corner of the bus. Again, we're going to start from the top down. So we have 3 clearance lights above the rain lip. There's emergency exits, both in French and English. Our glass is intact. Our stop sign is deployed and the lights are working. Our clearance lights down the side are all flashing for a left turn. We have a reflex inflector from the dually and one at the back of the tire. Those are those circle ones. And we have reflective tape going down the side of the bus. We're going to check our step, our handles, our window to make sure it moves, and the back side of the stop sign is lit up as well. We're going to come to the circle reflector here. Kneel down and look under the bus. You're looking for anything hanging. You're looking at the opposite tire for any abrasions, cracks, and the leaf spring. Make sure there's nothing hanging or leaking. It appears to be in good condition. Underneath the bus, you can see we're going to hit the leaf spring because we can't do a visual, so we have to listen to it and hear if it makes the same sound every day. You check the tire pressure deep and hollow. We're going to run the mallet like this in between the tires. Make sure we have no rocks, no cats, no anything. We're going to check the tread wear and depth on both tires, and they're both good. Our sidewall has no abrasions, bulges, or cracks. The rim has no cracks or excessive rust. Our valve caps on both tires, inside and outside, are secure. Our rim has no cracks or excessive rust. Our lug nuts and hub nuts have no silvering, and the flags have no signs of movement. The hub is not leaking. Mud flap is attached. We're going to tap our exhaust. It is on. We're going to take 13 steps. We're going to walk it out. Look for our strobe light. And there it is, 13 steps away. As we approach the bus, we're looking at our clearance lights at the top, our flashing red lights. Our school bus sign is on. Our windows and glass are in good condition. There's reflective tape around the emergency exit. It is marked. Our left signal is on. Our brake lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, have turned to tail lights. They're brake lights when the brakes are applied, tail lights when they are not. You do need to know the difference. Our license plate lights are both on and working. Our license plate is 391. You're going to check that with your registration paperwork and your CDIP paperwork. Okay, we're going to open the door from the outside. Very important for first responders. We're going to make sure it opens and locks, which it does. We're going to check that the seal around the door is full and intact and attached. We're going to look under the seats to make sure there's nothing to trip the children. There's no coolant leaks. And sometimes your triangles are back here. Push against the door to unlock it. And latch it back up. Going to look under the bus to see any exhaust line leaks. So you'll see dripping or smoke coming out. Our gas tank is there. Our differential is back there. We're going to make sure everything we see is intact. Not leaking. Everything's not leaking. All right, we're going to stand from the back corner. Again, we're going to check the emergency exits are marked in French and English. Our 3 clearance lights are on. We've seen the other one passed from the front. It is lit up. Glass is in good condition. Our reflective tape's running down the side of the bus, and we have 2 circle reflectors. This is what I mean. These are circle reflectors. Our fuel tank, we're making sure the door opens and that the cap is secure, which it is. We're checking that our mud flap's attached. Tire pressure, leaf spring between your tires. Everything's copacetic. Give me a sec. Our tread has even wear and adequate depth on both tires. Our sidewall has a little bit of wear. You might want to watch that. This black spot is from people rubbing on curbs. There's no abrasions, bulges, or cracks, however. Our rim is crack-free and does not appear to have excessive rust. Our valve caps are on and secure. Our lug nuts and hub nuts have no silvering, and the flags are all going the same direction. The hub is not leaking. We're going to come over to the other circle reflector. Look under the bus. We're looking at the opposite dually for any bulges, abrasions, or cracks. The leaf spring, what we can see of it, is not cracked. And this is where you're going to see all your exhaust line leaks, guys. So you're looking for cracks, holes, smoke coming out, dripping. You want to make very sure that your exhaust line is not broken in this area. Then we're going to go up and check the rest of the bus. You can put your mallet away. We're going to go in the bus. Turn the right signal on and the high beams on. We're going to see that our high beams are both on, our right signal is on. Blinking here. Right signal blinking here. We have a right signal blinking here. And most importantly, our right signal is blinking in the back. If the signals aren't working in the back, you're not working either. All right, we'll go back in the bus after we pick up the trucks. We're going to open the compartment, make sure we put everything back where we got it from. Be gentle with it. It's going to be your bus for the year. Respect your stuff. And make sure everything you open closes. As we get in the bus, we're going to make sure we have 3 triangles. First aid kit, our fire extinguisher has its needle in the green and the pin in place. At the beginning of every month, make sure you sign your inspection. Okay, we're going to look at the overhead. While we do that, we're going to put our mallet away because we don't want anything to fly and hit us on the head. We have a body fluid kit. So we're looking for 7 safety items. So we have a body fluid kit. We have our trucks under the bus, triangles, first aid kit, fire extinguisher, seatbelt cutter is in reach of the driver here. And the 7th one is our paperwork. So we're going to close our door, make sure everything turns off so, we don't want to get cold. Our paperwork, we should have our registration. So it has the correct unit number. If you're not sure, check your key. It has the seating capacity. This bus can seat 70 children. The license plate number does match the license plate at the back of the bus, and the registration is continuous. Our insurance is good until April Fool's next year. Our CVIP, we checked the number outside. It was 552, so the sticker matches the paper. The unit number is correct. Our license plate number is correct. It is signed by a technician, and that expired in October, which is 6 months from April. That means it is done correctly. You want to make sure of that. Write it up if it does not. Accurate. Then you want your safety fitness certificate. It expires April 30, 2028 and has a seal. All right. Now the next thing you're going to do is start from the very left. What's to the left? You got your seatbelt. So while you're checking your seatbelt, make sure you position your seat where you want to be. Make sure your seatbelt latches. If it needs to be adjusted up or down, you will pull it up here to fit your height. So my seat fits me, my seatbelt fits me. I'm going to turn off the lights I don't need. So I'm turning off my high beams and low beams. They both work. Both my signals, right and left, work front and back. My strobe light works, my amber and reds work front and back, along with my stop sign arm. And my dome lights work. Next, I'm going to make sure that all of my mirrors fit me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All 7 mirrors fit me at my height. There is nothing that's going to fall on my head as I drive. Coming back to the switches, I'm going to try any switch I haven't. So we're going to try this heater. It works in low, high, turns off. Next heater, low, high, turns off. Don't do it fast. Low, high, turns off. It works. Low, high, off, low, high. Before I turn that one off, all the fans work. I'm going to make sure the active noise switch works. So I'm going to turn it on, and it should cancel the fan noise, which it did. And I'm going to turn the fan off and the active noise back off, and the radio should come on. And there's the radio.
1.
Our mirror heat, we're just going to push the button and see that the light turns red. It's on a 15-minute timer. Heater pump, turn it on, make sure the light comes on. You won't hear it working. Turn it off. Okay, so those are all my switches on this side. I'm gonna revisit my gauges. So my oil pressure has come down, which it should. Usually operates between 25 and 40. My water temperature should come up at 150. Now I would turn the heat off if it was winter, because after lower than 150 you will just blow cold air. So optimum temperature in the winter, you want it between 150 and 200. If it's below 150, you're going to turn your heaters off and let the heat build back up in the engine. Odometer is 28,800. Volts are now 14, 20 degrees under the hood. Parking brake light is on, but no other warning lights of any kind. My fuel is just over 3/4. My DEF is 3/4. My air assist is in its proper place. I'm idling now at 800 RPM, which is fine. My speedometer is not moving. Now I'm going to come up the steering wheel column. While I do that, I'm going to look at my windshield. Outside we didn't see a chip, but inside we have a chip. So we document that because that's in the way of the driver's blade. We're going to test the wipers on low and high and apply fluid. Every day we wash the windshield, even in -40, guys. All right, the windshield wipers work. I'm going to check the steering wheel, make sure the steering wheel moves and the horn goes beep beep, which it does. All right, now I'm going to do my morning stretch. So I'm going to turn the defrost all the way on, take my seatbelt off. And I'm going to go from this vent all the way across, stretch it out, and all the way back. All my vents are working. Now the last thing we have to do is check our brakes. So we're going to put the bus in drive, make sure your parking brake is all the way on. We're going to check our mirrors to make sure no one's around us, and we're going to bring our RPMs up to over 1,000, and the parking brake should hold and not move the bus, which it does. We're going to put our foot on the service brake, put the bus back in neutral. We are going to release the parking brake. We're going to put the bus in drive. Don't go backwards if you don't have to. If you have room to go forward, please. We're going to check all the buses, all the mirrors, not the buses, but we're going to look at the buses too. We're going to make sure no one's around. We're going to move forward, do a hard brake, and the parking brake and service brake are both working. All right, and that's the whole pre-trip. Enjoy your time with us, guys.